Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
It's good to see you again.
Thank you, thank you. Uh, Maybe I thought that maybe we could speak about, aviation. We
Okay.
can speak about some preparation for the ICAO test.
Mhm.
So
Yep.
I added a reservation for you.
Okay, great. Um, Here's the folder. All right. I have to get the right piece
Yeah,
of paper.
okay.
I have too many pieces of paper in here. I need to get them better organized. Okay, here it is. Here it is. Okay, the first thing that you do on the ICAO is
Yes,
a short interview.
okay,
Okay. Um, so I have a list of the interview questions. Um,
okay,
you probably will not be asked all of these.
okay,
There may be some that are worded differently.
okay,
Okay. But let's let's play. I am the examiner.
okay,
You are you.
okay,
Okay. So it's your turn. And I say, please come in, have a seat.
okay, thank you.
Very good. What is your name and date of birth?
My name, my name is Mehmet.
What I asked you was,
Yeah.
how does your family feel about you being a pilot?
I see. My wife support me because she believes that if I would be happy, that reflect who our family. So she wants realize my dreams, realize my dream job. For that, she supports me.
Mm, that's a great answer.
Thank you.
I like that answer. Um, how did you become interested in aviation?
At my bachelor degree, I was an intern in an aerospace company in Turkey. It's the biggest company of Turkey. And after my internship, I started to work at there as part-time software developer. At that time, I decided to be a pilot because it was a huge company. It has own runway, even on runway, and there was a lot of planes. There was a lot of planes and pilots around me. So at that time, I decided to be a pilot.
Very good. Very good. Um, what do you think is the hardest part of being a pilot?
Yes, maybe the hardest part is maybe the flight times are changeable. It's not certain times as normal workers. For example, you can go to work sometimes at 1 o'clock, sometimes at 3 o'clock a.m. It's sometimes be hard. For example, your daughter may be ill, but you sometimes have to go work,
Mhm.
and you give some responsibility to your wife or your family in that case. In that cases, so it's a little bit hard going to work in that cases. But every work has some hardness, so
Yeah.
it's tolerable. Yeah,
Tolerable.
tolerable. Yeah, tolerable.
Okay. All right. That was a good answer, but that is not the answer I want you to give. Okay. Um,
Mhm.
the answer that I want you to give is
Yeah.
something about the technical parts of being a pilot.
I see.
I want you to say something
Okay.
about, learning all of the new avionics when everything changes. I want you to say keeping up with the rule changes and
Being
understanding.
up to date.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah,
Being up to date.
yeah.
Okay.
Just anything that you can think of that leans more to the technical side of flying.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh, uh, it's not necessary to be emotional. Or yes.
I don't know.
Yes. Okay. Then I would like to answer again to that questions
Very good.
to
Okay.
that. Yes, I think the hardest part of being a pilot, you have to, first, at your training phase, you have to learn a lot of things. You have to learn and memorize a lot of rules, air laws. So after your graduation from flight school, also you have to learn a lot of things like typewriting phase. You have to learn everything, every system of the plane which you fly. So and also the technical equipments and the softwares and the hardwares are constantly improving. So you have to up-to-date yourself. You have to learn new technologies. That's long life learning means long life learning. So that's the hardest part to be a pilot. Yeah.
Much better.
Yeah.
Much better. Good job. Have you ever had any doubts about becoming a pilot? You know what doubts is?
No, before my flight training, I had some doubts, but after started to my flight training, there was no doubt in my thought because I love the flying. It's very enjoyable and it's very suitable for my character, my lifestyle, and for my desires. So there's no doubt in my mind right now.
Tell me about the doubts that you had before you started flight school.
Yes, about my family life doubts, and it's a very long and hard progress in the flight training. It's also another doubts, and yes, and also it's very expensive training. How can I pay the fees, or how can afford the training? It was another doubt for me, but it's okay for me now.
Good. That was a good answer. Where are you in your flight training? This is me asking.
I'm getting my flight training in Turkey in private flight school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many hours do you have?
I have 120 hours.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I got my PPL, plus I did my PIC piloting command flights.
Okay.
PPL plus 86 hours.
Okay. I couldn't remember how many hours you had. Okay. Tell me about your first solo flight.
Yes, it was after 12 hours training. My instructor wants me to solo flight. Before the flight, I did pro-flight checks. I did some checks at the fuselage. I checked the fuel and the aileron flaps and that kind of flight, equipments. And after pre-flight check, also there was invert checks. So I checked instruments in the plane. After that, I asked ATC to taxi request clearance. After that, I asked lineup clearance, and after my last controls, which about the engine controls and some vital controls, I took off. Yeah.
Too detailed. Too much detail. I love it, but too much detail. What they are really asking you is, did everything go well on your flight? How nervous were you? How did you celebrate afterwards? Did you have any problems in the flight? That's what they want to hear. So try again.
Okay. It was 4 years ago. I did my pro-flight check. After checks, I asked clearance for taxi and lineup. After that, I did my flight. It was excellent for me because it was very exciting, and also it was very important for me to prove myself. I can fly alone, and after landing, it was a proud for me. My friends came to me and they said their congratulations, and also my instructor was waiting me with some water. They celebrate me, yes, exactly, by soaking me. There was no dry point in my clothes and my body. So yes, that was my first flight.
Good. That was a good answer. In America, we don't soak people, but
Really?
all of my Turkish pilots say, yeah, they
Yes.
poured water all over me.
Yes,
Don't
exactly.
do that.
And yes, that's the principle. There's no dry point in
Oh, yeah.
even in spring or fall. They soak.
Oh, really?
Yes, yes. It was, I guess, 20 degrees centigrade degrees. I don't know the Fahrenheit correspond, but it's a little bit chilly. Yes.
Wait a second.
Yes, not bad, not bad.
No, it was
It
warm
was
that day. Yeah.
spring, yes. Okay, we have just 10 seconds.
Oh, no. Okay. We'll keep doing these questions next time,
Okay,
and I will see you soon.
okay.